memories reminding me of a little something. Anyways, sorry for the echo, and I'm not talking very loudly because I don't want my family to listen or walk in and call me cringe. So, my name's Maddie, or Madeline Grace. Everyone calls me Grace all my life, but when I went to Japan last summer, I had to go by Maddie because Madeline was on my name tag already, and you can only put your first and your last name when signing the document. And that was the same for this job I just got. So let's talk about that. I'm just going to say I'm not used to recording. I actually don't like filming myself very much because I'm awkward and I hate being on camera, technically. But so about myself, 23 years old. Currently I'm in Florida, but I mostly grew up in Kentucky. I got into Japanese culture, I guess, or media, thanks to Hasune Miku. Due to this video that I found on YouTube in I don't know, maybe 2010, I don't know, we'd have to look at the date of that video, and I'll put the picture here. And then later on, I met some Japanese friends in middle school, all the way up to high school, my freshman year of high school. And they were kind of exchange students. I'm not sure what you would call them. And so I was friends with them, and that really introduced me to what other people's are like from other cultures. Huh? I did like anime. I'm not big on anime after I hit sophomore year. I think I really haven't watched anime in a long time. Mostly my media I like from Japan is music and I like watching live action dramas.
Bye.
And then I got into college. My high school year I graduated in COVID, so I was supposed to go to Japan that summer, but COVID stopped that. So I decided to go straight into school. And I went to community college for 2 years. Then I started attending Murray State University. And at first I wanted to go into science. It's kind of weird. Growing up, I always thought school's so stupid. I hated school. My mom and my dad could tell you all about it. Refusing to read. I hated English the most out of all my subjects. But then, I get to college and I'm still figuring out what I want to do. But I thought I wanted to do speech pathology because I did have an interest in the sciences. Because I love science. It was my favorite subject in school. But then I went to a transfer party which they welcomed all the people who transferred to Murray State from the community colleges or other colleges. And it's a big dinner. And there I'm at the wrong door and trying to pull it. And then here comes these two girls and I turn to them and they are actually exchange students from Korea, and if they watch this, I haven't seen you so long, miss you. But they were my two first friends I ever made at Murray State from that point, and it introduced me to Korean culture, which I did know about K-pop, and I knew BTS and other groups, and my sister really likes listening to K-pop, and I got into K-pop because of her. But that was basically my only thing I knew about Korea, which I know this video is about going to Japan, but this is important because by meeting them and getting introduced to that culture of Korea, I also got introduced to the world of ESL. ESL, I miss that job so much right now. But ESL, yeah, thanks to those girls, I got introduced to the ESL program, and I started doing tutoring lessons for them because I just wanted to get to know more other cultures. And I met a lot of people. Korea was one of the main people's culture I got to learn from this program. I also got to meet a lot from Colombia, Costa Rica, Ghana, like name any continent, I could probably name at least 3 countries I met people from it. Then I got, introduced to TESOL, and I learned through my tutoring, I actually love teaching because it's actually something that connects to me. I like to share knowledge and I like learning about other people more too. And teaching is like a two-way street to me. You can always learn something. And I know I said I hated school, but I think it was just more I didn't like the schools I was going to growing up because I loved Murray State a lot. And then, I also tried to get a minor in Japanese, but the professor who runs that program shut it down while I was there, so I didn't get to finish it. So I've taken like 2 years of Japanese there as well. And I met my best friends. I don't know to say their names because I don't know if they want their names out there, but I have 2 girlfriends that I really care about and I miss so much. And we'll see each other in Japan. Let's go. But I met them. I met one thanks to the ESL. I was actually the person who helped her get moved in, and then the other one I met at like a church event, and I could cry thinking about her. About them. I miss them so much. Japanese club, I didn't like it because again it was mostly about the anime. I more like learning about like sharing my culture. So really when I met my friends like from any culture, I would mostly like to share about America, and then if they tell me stuff, I just let that happen. But but I just really like the people. I guess it's more about the people, and I like learning Japanese a lot. Like I studied it for a long time, like at least I want to say like 20 hours a week. I was doing it at my peak because it's a very interesting language and it's so different from English. But I'm not a master. I think I'm like high N4 because like I kind of fell off for a bit after I stopped taking classes and I really had to focus on graduating. But yeah, that's my story time. Oh no, it's not. Sorry. One more thing. And then last summer I went to Japan and that really like solidified like I want to try working abroad because like I did consider going to Korea because I really was interested because that was like brand new. I considered working at a bunch of places, like countries like Taiwan or Korea and Japan, but like just something about Japan just kept drawing me back. And I do have like a good American friend that lives there right now too, and she really inspires me to go there, to be working there. So I've decided, at the end of the day, I decided Japan because like I've been kind of obsessed with it for a long time too. And then going this past summer really like told me like, I think I could do it. At least a year. 1 year. We'll do 1 year and see how it goes. And if I don't like it, yeah, it's fine. I'm only 23. I can recover from it. Yeah, that's my story time. I feel like that little yellow thing from Horton Hears a Who. Now I've word vomited now. So I do have like a list of things I've been like from things people ask me a lot when I mention, and I don't like mentioning a lot. It makes me very embarrassed to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to Japan. Like my current job, I mentioned it like to 2 people that actually my plan was to get hired and just work for a bit and then quit. I'm just working here to get some moolah. But they know. I told them when I hired out, I might like quit in September. Because at the time, I already knew I had the Japan job, but I didn't. Sorry, it's my laptop. I just didn't want them to put me in a training program and then find out I'm just gonna quit. Because that's not how I roll. And plus, every time my mom is like, Gracie is going to Japan. Okay, Gracie, say something in Japanese. And then for my fellow, like anybody with speaking a second language and their mom's like, okay, say something. and that person has no idea what you're saying. What's the point of saying anything? But yeah, that's about it. I'm also like going to start working out again. For 1 year, I was really good about going to the gym every single day, but then the final semester happened and I just gave that all up. So now we're gonna go back because I need to get some cardio before I go to Japan, because that's number one, a lot of walking. Regardless, I understand it's not gonna be vacation. I'm not gonna be walking like 20,000 steps every day, but it's gonna be a lot more than what I'm walking right now. Because I literally get up, get on the couch, get in my car, go to work, sit down. But now I'm gonna really walk and play with little kids, so. Wow! Yeah, let's get some steps in. Yeah. Thoughts of moving to Japan. Some of these are like internal thoughts, and then some of these are like someone has said it to me, and then I started thinking about it. I don't know the word.
Stupid.
Like, you crazy. Number one, it is scary. I'm gonna be on the other side of the world from everyone I know. My safeguard. This is my safeguard, my family, me, my God, my hands are so fat, me, gone. The only person you can rely on is you. And my parents are gonna be like, wow, you should been thinking about that a long time ago. I don't know. All that matters is I'm thinking about it now. So learning how to save money, how to pay your bills on time. If, like, God forbid, I get hurt sick, like someone gets hurt sick when I'm not there, like I'm just gonna have to roll with the punches, because I can't just up and go and they can't just pull me out. I got to do it. And I think I can do it. But that leads into number 2. Is it exciting? Yes. I think everyone who is getting ready to go to Japan, regardless if it's vacation, studying, working, or just living, it's exciting. It's new, it's different, and we're all kind of nerds that like that kind of thing, so of course we're gonna be excited. But the honeymoon phase only lasts for 3 months. So you're gonna have that high, and then you're gonna have that low, and then you're gonna have normalcy. I just have that in my mind. That's gonna how it's gonna go. I'm gonna be prepared regardless what happens, because I'm gonna get there and I have all these ideas of like going to see my friends, but there's not guaranteed that's gonna happen at all, because I'm gonna be working, and I don't actually like traveling. I hate long road trip. The most painful part of this whole trip is the flight. You can be excited, but be realistic that it's not gonna be easy. But excited and scared, they kind of go over each other, don't they? 3 is kind of that safeguard. I'm gonna miss my family. Believe it or not, I love you guys very much. Even though sometimes I just want to get in my car and just drive away. Now that's normal, I guess. I have a lovely mama and papa and 2 younger sisters I love very dearly, even though sometimes I wish I could just, sometimes I do it. I will miss them the most, I think. The dogs too. I miss my doggies. I really want to go. Plus, thankfully, I live in an age where I can FaceTime and call people. Number 4, it is a different work culture. Now, I did experience the school culture, but I don't think that was exactly the same, because my school is kind of rinky-dink, I'm not gonna lie. There's a different teacher every single day, and I think I learned at least 2 grammar points a day, which I feel like that's a lot in one day. Maybe not. Maybe not, but it felt Yeah, but work culture, yeah. Thankfully, this job doesn't require overtime, but I am working a Tuesday to Saturday schedule, which will be weird, and that will take time away from social life. Pizzeria, mamma mia, no social life for me. But thankfully, one of my friends will have the same schedule.
Hopeful, yes I am.
I have an expectation in my mind, but you know, experiencing it is a different thing. Like when I first went to Japan, I had all these expectations, but then they were kind of right, but there weren't. There were some things I was just like, heck no. Heck no, you could never do that in America. The calling to the waiter, I hated that so much. Because I'm just a little shy girl, I don't want to do that. And in America, they like, you make eye contact, they coming over. Here you gotta go, sumimasen! Like, misu! First full-time job. I mean, I went to school full-time and worked part-time, but my jobs were not that hard. This one I'm feeling like I'm having to do a lot of planning, a lot of prepping, and a lot of energy for these little kids, and learning a new culture, of course. So it's gonna be very stressful, but I think, knowing me, I've done good. I'm good under pressure. I'm good at learning really quickly. So we'll see. This one was a little hard. Number 6. Okay. What if I love it? What if I hate it? That's one thing I'm worried about. Like right now in my mind, I'm like so excited because it's like it's hard to get over the excitement. Like reality doesn't want to be here yet. Just let me be happy. I'm getting there. But then I have to really think like, what if I just hate this job, but I love being there at the same time. But it's just like this roller coaster, but I don't know what's gonna happen. It's one thing I'm nervous about. And then that leads to number 7. I am excited that I'm going to learn how to become a better teacher, because during school I only taught adults. I did make lesson plans for children, but they never were acted out at all. So that's one thing I'm worried about. It's like, what if I'm not doing it right? Because adults, thankfully with adults, a lot of the countries they come from, like English is a curriculum. So they have like at least basic understanding. Like, okay, this is the letter A, this is the letter B, this is the letter C. Okay, I know the sound, at least I know the sound is like ah. But I also know like depending on the word, it has this sound. Like they know the basic rules, they know the rule, but they still just need that push to get better. Children, 0. Grammar. Teaching grammar. Grammar's fine. It's just a real concern, like learning how to teach from ground 0 all the way up now. I mean, like I've done a lesson plan, but like actually seeing it work is another thing. I'm excited to see my friends. So right now I'm like, yay, get to see my friends. But like back to that last question, I was like, how often realistically will I see them? But that's the other thing, making new friends. And for me, I'm a little shy, so it's a little hard for me to like really like open. There's a word for this that I use that I like to use. Yongo de nande. Yongo de nande. I'm sakoku. I am a closed country. It takes me time to really trust and open up to people. Cause it's like, I don't know how I do it. I just put up a front and I just like, yeah, sure. I'll do whatever you want to do. But then with my friends, I can be more open, and it takes me a long time to trust like that. So, sakoku. Okay, I missed one, so I'm gonna make it number 8. Because I started looking at my list and I realized I missed one. So I want to study Japanese while I'm there. Obviously, going to Japan. Why wouldn't I? But here's the thing. I will work at an eikaiwa. Eikaiwa means English, conversation, school. And basically it simulates an English speaking space so they can absorb more English. 日本語を持ってるの私にとって本当に難しいので、毎日使いたい。でも英会話で日本語を使いて全然できない。with it. My Japanese is not good, so that might have been completely incorrect, but I'm going to study more, but that means I would have to study a lot more by myself and study outside the school more than I want to, which is fine, but I wish I could use the Japanese in the classroom. I made the internal plan that like I'm gonna start studying really hard. I'm going to first review in 5 and in 4 because I feel like there's a lot of things I'm forgetting, but I can get better at it. And then hopefully by next summer, I can take in 3, because my goal maybe after 2 years, I can take in 2. Because apparently that's the most realistic time to learn Japanese, like not fluently. I don't like the word fluent, like appropriately. Use Japanese speaking. Gambatte. So going year by year, like, so the contract, this job's contract's a year, so I have to make it at least a year. And I think I can do it, but like you never know. Like you never know. Don't know what happens. And I notoriously have the worst luck. Like bad things happen to me all the time. All the time. So year by year, baby. But this year I can do it. Next year I don't know, because it's future. And this is the last one. So I posted on my story, you might have saw my joke. I got 2 new suitcases because my blue one is not enough for me to take to Japan. So we quite literally need to fit my life. My clothes for summer and spring. Oh, summer and spring. Summer and winter. And then I really want to take stuff like my photo card book. I want a pillow, a towel, a blanket, because that's one thing I did not like about Japanese stuff was I bought a blanket because the place I was staying at only had 1 blanket and I felt bad. But that's the end of my list. Anyways, I don't know how enjoyable this video will be, and I don't know how I'm gonna edit it, but I trust you, Grace. I trust you, Maddie.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today.
Mata ne. ごめんね。またね。バイバイ。